Nigeria's former head of state, General Yakubu Gowon, has said the country must immediately develop a good economic plan to take it out of the woods. General Gowon, who was the country's head of state between 1966 and 1975, said Nigeria made significant gains from the three national development plans between 1960 and 1980, but regretted that successive governments abandoned the plans. He said we must have good economic development plans, he said, and the will and discipline to see to the correct and successful implementation of the plans. All successful nations normally adopt plans and programs that are unique to them and ensure that all actors on the scheme follow strictly according to the plan. Nigeria should not be different. Gowon, who earned a doctorate degree after he was deposed in a military coup in 1975, was the country's leader during the Civil War. In prefatory comment to the Nigeria at 60 big book entitled Despite the Many Challenges of Nationhood, Nigeria's Future Remains Very Bright, the statesman said decades after he left office, his mind has remained focused on the country's affairs, its progress and developments. The chairman of leadership group, Mr. Sam Nda Isaiah, who received the special letter on Wednesday, said the content is a window on the fecundity of the mind of the statesman. General Gowon remains one of God's rarest gifts to the country. He thanked the former head of state for his interest in and support for leadership, saying that part of the plan for the presentation of the big book would be a special presentation to Nigeria leaders who have written forward to the book. So far, President Muhammadu Buhari, former President Goodluck Jonathan, and former head of state General Salami Abubakar have personally written forward to the big book, commending its value. Gowon urged Nigerians not to despair, saying we must have the belief and the will in us to succeed rather than easily lose hope and succumb to despair. He congratulated the country on its 60th independence anniversary and said Nigerians must resist the temptation to be overwhelmed by cynicism and despondency and urged citizens to work extra hard to turn the fortunes of the country around. He also commended the efforts of leadership, describing the big book as a noteworthy publication. The vice chairman of Leadership Collection Limited, Mr. Azu, said he was impressed by the excitement and expression of interest the iconic publication has created. He also said it is significant that President Buhari said that while the country's 60th independence anniversary starts on October 1st, this Diamond Jubilee would be observed for 1 year. He added limited content is already available for viewing. Okay, at www.nigeria60.com. Honestly, I don't even know what to say. I don't know what you guys think about what this man has said. It's not different from what all of them have been saying. You know that all of them, they have ruled, they failed in several ways. So when they are coming, they will continue to say the same thing. And they always speak one language. In Nigeria, you have to be patient. You have to be calm. You have to come together so that we'll take this country forward. So that we'll move this country forward. That is the only thing you are going to be hearing. You have to bear. You have to bear. In the course of bearing, in the course of calming down, you know that a lot of people have lost their lives. A lot of people have lost their loved ones. They are still calming down. Some families are reducing, and they are still telling them, just calm down. Just wait. You come together. Let us be together. Ask whether they are losing any of their families. Ask whether they are living in poverty. Ask whether they are looking for jobs here and there. Ask whether all the challenges that they always emphasize on, whether they are going through any of those challenges. No, they are not going through any of them. The only thing they just want, the only thing at times they suffer is how to be relevant and how to be in power. That is just those are their own challenges. just to be relevant continuously. That is one of the challenges they go through. But when you talk about other vices, are you talking about insecurity that it will affect them? No, it will not affect them. Because at the end of the day, you will not find out with all the things that they are always bragging about, that they have done this during my time, I do this, I did this. You ask yourself, where have all of these things landed us in return? To be more sincere, where have all of this landed us? Where have we found ourselves? It's the same story. Let us ask Nigerians, those who have been living, each time most of them will be talking about all these CC talks. Ask those who were in that at that time whether they they benefited one thing or the other. Ask them. Subsequently, a lot of other governments, successive governments have been coming, and those who experienced that government as at that time, whether they can pinpoint to, yes, these are the things we are moving, we have gained. Do you know one thing? One thing is that you will see that we are not moving forward, we are just going back. Because as at that time too, people will tell you that people were suffering, but by the time another government comes in, what they were complaining that was not really too good, they now begin to say, oh, that time it was even better than what we are having. And it has been like that. The trend has continuously been like that. You can imagine, just recently during the Obasanjo time, people complain, oh, good Lord Jonathan times, oh, good Lord Jonathan has done this, but oh, it's not doing well, oh, Obasanjo will miss Obasanjo. And it was not as if it was, not that it was okay. The same thing recently, good Lord Jonathan period, everybody was complaining, everybody was shouting. Do you want to tell us that people were not suffering? But as soon as Buhari came on board, we began to say, oh, Goodluck Jonathan era was better. Goodluck Jonathan era compared to what we are having, this one is very, 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 is the worst. Then tell me whether we are progressing when we continue to think in that line. We're not progressing. And that is why some of them can boldly come out, because the one that have taken over from them are not doing well. So they can now come out and people begin to have some kind of sentiment towards them. And that is how it has been rolling. And I wish and I pray that what we are experiencing now will not be a reference point to say, oh yes, Buhari time was even better compared to what we are going to be experiencing. Because as if you look at all of those other governments from 1960 to date, you know that we have not moved anywhere. But because they have served in one capacity or the other, they will come and tell you cock and bull stories. Those are the things. It's good. Just like I said, are they going through all those challenges that they always talk about? They always acknowledge that, yes, we are going through some challenges. Tell me whether they themselves are going through those challenges. So guys, let us hear your opinion concerning this big book that Gowon has written, and what is trying to tell Nigeria to do, or Nigeria as a country, what we can do to move forward, whether you are buying into all of this. Leave your comment below and let's have your take.